sure I'm recording this time.
Only one spot left, man. That's for you.
Jerry.
What's this guy here for? Huh? Police.
Oh, we're getting money.
Oh, but where's the little guy?
He's sick. Danielle, before I forget.
I can't believe it. I was waiting to see him.
You started this already, Scott?
Yep.
Oh, my whole night.
All right, Amanda and Danielle, let's start it up.
Turn this slow.
The meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. The public is invited to participate at the items marked on the agenda public comment. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment for the supervisor, please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
Thank you. Let's please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And please remain standing for a moment of silence for all the men and women who sacrificed their lives in order for us to serve our country and our state and our town. Thank you. So tonight is December 9th, our final board meeting of the year. We will not be having a second meeting of the month this year, so this will be the final meeting of the year, so I just want to make sure everybody remembers that. We also have on the agenda tonight, representatives from the Sheriff's Department tonight, and of course, the Town Resident of the Year, and I'm happy to say that person is Tom Schroeder. So great job, Tom. So we will get to that, but let's get through the little stuff first here. So I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the November 25th, 2024 Town Board meeting.
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 25th Town Board meeting.
I'll second it, I think.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the November 25th, 2024 public hearing.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the public hearing on November 25th.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Authorize the payment of bills of $332,763.58. I need a motion to pay the bills.
I don't think we-
I'll make the motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Anybody have any comments specifically on the agenda? No? Okay. Reports of departments. Does anybody on the board have any issue with any of the department's reports that we received?
Nope.
Okay. This isn't a department, but I do want to say that I want to give Councilwoman Sesha a chance to speak about the parade that we had on Saturday, our holiday parade, and I think it was an unbelievable event, so I'll let you speak about it if you want.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the audience were out for the holiday parade, but on Saturday we had our inaugural, hopefully our first annual Christmas light parade and tree lighting at the town park. This event was brand new this year and was, I would say, a smashing success. We started off with a festival in the park under the pavilion with Santa, as you can see on the screen, and a ton of different activities for the little ones. All of our libraries and several community organizations participated in creating activities for the children. And then to cap that off, we had our first ever Christmas light parade, which took off from right around Locust Grove Brewing Company in Milton and basically followed the Milton Memorial Day parade route up to the town park. I heard a tremendous number of unbelievable comments, but there were over 40 vehicles that were in the parade, all lit up to varying extents of Christmas lights. All I saw were more lights, and more lights. And it was just amazing to see how many people participated in the community, with every float in the parade taking a slightly different spin on Christmas festivities and just more Christmas lights than I've ever seen. It was amazing. So there were a ton of people on the road lining the parade route, and then the parade ended in the town park, going by the pavilion, which was also just swarmed with people from the festival. Then we lit the tree, which I don't know if everybody in the room saw the tree, but the Christmas tree was floating out in the middle of the pond at the town park, which that in itself is pretty darn impressive. And a shout out to our highway department for finagling that.
There it is. See it out there?
I don't know about you all, but my children were pretty impressed with the floating Christmas tree. Then we capped it off with the very large bonfire that you'll see there, and the kids were able, once the fire died down a bit, to make some s'mores. So all in all, it was an amazing event. The community support that we saw through both local businesses in the community as well as just private residents who took it upon themselves to decorate their vehicles and join the parade was just tremendous. It was so impressive. And this was really just a labor of love between the rec committee, who's been working on it for, I would say, at least 4 months, the police department, and of course the highway department. None of these things that we pull off in town would be possible without the work of all the guys in the police and highway departments who just, give extra and go above and beyond to make sure that these things are a success. And of course our rec committee, which every month we have new members join the rec committee. You'll see a sample of our rec committee members up on the screen. But every month we have new people coming out to join the rec committee, and they bring new ideas and new energy and new manpower to really make sure that these things come off as a success. So huge thanks. It's a huge group effort. It really does take a village, and this is just a tremendous group of people that are working on these things.
And I just wanted to mention Jenna Lazaroff and Arlette Zambito here are our co-chairs of the rec committee, and they were also nominated for this Residents of the Year award. So I give them a shout out because since they've taken over this committee, it's been unbelievable. So just want to give them a shout out that they very deserving of probably in the future of being Residents of the Year, but they do a great job, and you guys all do a great job. So I just wanted to point that out tonight because it is our last meeting. So so on having that, we'll have our presentations. I'm going to bring up the Sheriff's Department. They have I believe, a check from us. Yes, come right up here. And so what happens every year, if people don't know, is through the Sheriff's Department and local police departments, obviously there's drugs and monies that are confiscated from criminal activity throughout the county. When that money is all collected at the end of the year, that money gets divvied up to different municipalities, and that's why they're here. And I want to also mention legislator Gina Hansett's here, and she's the rep for the police up at the county, correct, Gina? And she always has been a very big supporter of the police department and, of course, our town. So thanks for coming tonight, Gina. So, go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yep.
Took all the words right out of my mouth.
There you go.
Having Town of Marlborough part of the urgent task force is crucial to us. I mean, we couldn't do the work we do without the assistance from you guys. And, from day one, you guys have always been there for us. Chief, if you want to come on up, and I know the captain has a few words that he wants to say, but we're here to present this check to you. Throughout the year, we do a lot of work.
To you, not me.
Can we know the check amount?
Yeah. The captain will get there. But I just,
Okay.
on behalf of the sheriff who couldn't make it tonight, he's not feeling too well, so
Okay.
he wanted to send my thanks and appreciation that you all do for us and just being a part of the team. And I think it goes a long way. And thank you, Gina, for being here. She's a huge supporter of the sheriff's office and police in general, and she's always there for us. As you can see, she's here tonight. on her own time, so we appreciate that. So
No.
Captain Sudo, if you want to take,
Evening, everyone. My name is Joseph Sudo. I'm a captain with the Ulster County Sheriff's Office Special Operations and Investigation Division. Before I turn this check over, I personally want to thank, on behalf of Sheriff Figueroa, the Ulster County Sheriff's Office, the Ulster Regional Gang Enforcement Narcotics Team, and myself, Chief Kokoza, thank you for your department's dedication and commitment to the urgent gang and drug task force. It's with partnerships like these that if we didn't have them, our task force wouldn't be as successful as it is. I would also like to thank Town Supervisor and your council. Thank you for the support that you provide the chief by allowing him to participate in our task force. The task force, again, is a regional task force that only doesn't target gangs and drugs and illegal gun trafficking in and around Ulster County, but throughout the Hudson Valley as a whole. So to share, our portion of asset forfeiture drug seizure money, here's $25,000.
Wow. Great.
For this year's portion.
Yeah.
This year, the task force had $90,000 of local asset forfeiture. That money was divided based on hours of participation that each agency participated. So you're one of 5 agencies that are getting a cut of those funds. So, thank you.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we've been a member for quite some time, pretty much almost all my chief career. We've had several members over the years. The task force does a tremendous amount for us. It's just not gangs and drugs. Anytime I need anything in terms of special investigation, I call, the team comes down. So it is an honor to get this. We've worked hard for it. I truly appreciate it. If I can just convince them now that I can have it, we'll be good to go.
Don't worry,
Not
Chief.
me personally, everybody. It's not me personally.
We will keep it on the police budget side. We'll put it into your car fund. How's that?
Keep fresh.
So,
Terrific. Thank you. Thank
no,
you.
we really much appreciate. You guys should get a picture for the paper. The paper, you want to get a picture of these guys? Come on.
Yeah,
That-
We'll get out of the way. Let them take a picture. Let them. Go ahead. You guys take a picture. We'll just get out of here. All right. Chief, now you gotta hand the check over to us, sorry. Thank you. I thought that was hard for you.
That wasn't expecting that at all.
25. Ah, that's nice.
Yeah,
20.
that's
So that's
really-
$25,000 that the taxpayers will not have to pay
Yeah.
for Jerry's vehicle next year, so there you go. So that's a good thing. So, it is drug money, though.
It's fantastic.
So now we get to a very special moment. So, I've known Tom since the day I started working here. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've never seen more of a humble, appreciative man than Tom Schroeder. He is the nicest guy you could ever meet. He never says no. He always has ideas and suggestions. And he not just has ideas, he actually follows through on the ideas that he wants to do. I know he just did a special thing with Councilman Zambito in organizing the Quaker stones being fixed in the cemetery. And I could go on and on about all the things Tom is like, you're going to see in his resolution. You'll see him at the weekends at the park. He'll be at the Meet Me in Marlborough events. He's opening and closing our parks and for rentals. I mean, I could go on and on. He's done so much for this community, so much for the veterans in this community, so much for the veterans in the county. It is a great honor to actually have you be the first resident of Marlborough ever to be on our plaque, and you will be going on our wall, and you'll be number 1, Tom. So I couldn't have thought of a better person, and I'm glad the board, and I want to thank Councilman Couchy, who actually came up with the suggestion of actually having this award. and I think it was a great idea. And again, the humblest man you could ever meet. The first words out of his mouth when I told him, he says, "You made a mistake. It couldn't be me." So, that's just Tom. So, we're going to have you come on up unless anybody else on the board wants to say anything.
Yeah,
I think you should. That'd be good.
I would like to say a few words. That I wanted to take a minute. Yes, the town board did. It was an excellent choice with Tom, but I just wanted to mention that we had about 10 nominees. They were all great nominees. It was a tough choice to make, and I would just want to encourage for next year for the nominees to please reapply, because I tell you, it's we have some really outstanding residents in Marlborough, and we want to give them all the recognition they deserve. So hopefully that we carry on the torch, and Tom is going to lead the torch right now with it. Such a good man, humility and humble. I tell you, we're very proud of you, Tom, definitely.
Can I say something? Tom, we worked together for, 17 years maybe? I've been here 17 years. I think we started about the same time. I've called you so many times, and you've never said no. I'll be right there. I can't say enough about you. You're just a wonderful person. I'm glad I met you. I'm glad you're part of my life. Thank you very much, and I got a stone to prove it. Thank you.
He's even got tears in his eyes, Tom. Look at him.
Those are from something else. Congratulations, sir.
Sherrod is going to read your nomination letter, which was sent in by Arlette Zambito.
Okay. Dear Town of Marlborough Board, I would like to nominate Tom Schroeder as Town of Marlborough Resident of the Year. Tom has always been a staple in our community, a veteran, and a volunteer on various projects throughout his lifetime. Tom consistently puts the Town of Marlborough first and takes pride in everything he does. Tom is a veteran and part of the Vibey Sutton Post 124 American Legion. He has organized the Town of Marlborough Memorial Day Parade for countless years. Recently, the Rec Committee partnered with the Vibey Sutton Post 124, and I personally got to work with Tom planning the Memorial Day Parade. First, Tom is always smiling. He's always willing to teach or help anyone he can. It was clear Tom wanted us to succeed and offered a helping hand throughout the process. He provided the committee with much guidance on the parade and historical knowledge. He was a thorough teacher. You could feel his genuine gratefulness that Tom had for the committee. Working with Tom was a pleasure and an honor. He is one of the kindest, most humble people I have worked with. In addition to the parade, Tom also helps to organize the Veterans Day ceremony on Veterans Day every year. In 2020, although I didn't get to work with Tom, I know that he showed up every day to help with the assembly of the new playground at the Cluett-Chance Memorial Park. Tom is the town historian and always dedicates his time on various special projects. Most recently, Tom has helped at the Civil War Cemetery by donating his time to help put the headstones back to their original state. I personally have often seen Tom at the concerts in the park, picking up the garbage and making sure the pavilion bathrooms or gates are unlocked. I have seen Tom at the farmers markets or other local events where he is always quick to hang a sign or offer a helping hand in any way possible, and always with a smile on his face. Tom makes our town better. He makes it a better place to live. He's an exemplary role model of what Resident of the Year should look like and would be well deserving of this award. That is why it's an honor and a pleasure to nominate Tom Schroeder as the Town of Marlborough Resident of the Year. And that was from Arlette Zambito.
Does anybody I never normally do this, but does anybody out there want to say something about Tom? Anybody? Anybody have any stories about Tom? Any family members? Or you don't want to embarrass them tonight? But if not, we'll go right to it. So, okay, let's get to the actual plaque here, Tom.
There's a lot of words on that
That's a
plaque.
lot of words. So, everybody come on. I'm going to read what it says on the plaque. And we put a lot of stuff on here, Tom, because we wanted to make sure you understood how much we care about you. So this is Town of Marlborough Resident of the Year presented to Tom Schroeder by the Town of Marlborough Town Board, whereas Tom Schroeder is being recognized for his hard work, dedication, leadership, volunteerism, and for being an exemplary role model for everyone in the Town of Marlborough. Tom served his country in Vietnam War in the President's Honor Guard, 3rd Infantry. When he returned home, he earned his bachelor and master's degree in computer science from Marist College. After working 25 years at IBM, he dedicated his time serving his community and local veterans. He has served as commander of the Vibey Sutton Post 124 American Legion and Ulster County commander of the American Legion. He has organized the Town Memorial Day Parade and the Veterans Day Ceremony for 20-plus years. He has worked as the town park superintendent for 18 years and is currently the town historian. On most weekends, you will find Tom helping with recreational committee events at the Cluett Shantz Park or at the Meet Me in Marlborough Farmers Market. He has volunteered his time to help install new playgrounds at the park and organize a group of volunteers to fix all the headstones at the Quaker Cemetery. Tom makes our town a better place to live. He is an exemplary role model of what the Resident of the Year should look like and is the town's board honor to name Tom Schroeder the first recipient of the Town of Marlborough Resident of the Year Award. And now for it be resolved that the Town of Marlborough is pleased to bestow the Town of Marlborough Resident of the Year honor and sincere appreciation to Tom Schroeder.
My wife Meredith up here, my son James, his daughter Isabella, my nephew Scott Kolarczyk, my daughter Megan and her husband Dave Lambert, and their sons Dawson and Madden. I'd like to say thank you for this award from the town board. I am very humbled receiving it. My first response was, you must have made a mistake. You should have given it to a policeman or a fireman, they're more deserving than me. But I really love my town Marlborough, Milton and Marlborough, and I wanted to do what I could do to make it a better place. And I want to say that the people that I work with in the town, they're really a good team, and I really enjoy working with them. And it's really a pleasure to live here. I'm very proud of my community.
We still got a lot of years to go, though. Don't give up yet.
It's not the end, it's
All right. Absolutely. I was just going to stick around for the rest of the boring part of the meeting. That was the funnest part of the meeting. So I'll give you a couple minutes if you guys want to head on out to dinner and take Tom out. That's awesome. So everybody have a great holiday. Merry Christmas to everybody. All right. You know what's funny? Right? I never met Tom's wife.
I met her either.
Hey, my wife. You gotta come back to work tomorrow, right? Yes, yeah, you gotta come back.
The rest of the year off.
Tomorrow, you're just a resident. No. All right. That was nice. Very nice. Good job, Manny. Nice work. Good
Good
very
job. You too, Scott. That was a nice plaque.
It was very nice. All right, now we got to get back to real business here, right? So, we have any old business that's outstanding? I don't personally have anything
No, I don't
old.
think so.
I don't have anything new. Anybody have anything else they want to bring up before the end of the year? All right.
When is our reorganization meeting date again?
January 2nd, 7 o'clock here.
January 2nd?
January 2nd, we'll be having our reorg meeting. We'll also have a short town board meeting because we got to pay bills. And we're also going to have the swearing ceremony, and that it's going to be for Justin Pascal, for judge. So that will be January 2nd.
Okay.
What's that, Daniel? All right, I got a couple correspondence. Thursday the 2nd, yep. This is about the community center, and it says, I confirm with Emily that the south side of the community center is available Wednesday, January 8th, 6 to 9 for the Marlborough Milton Lions Club. Request that there's no change to the club's usage in the facility, and that's from Frank. Frank's just asking that they can use the community center again on January 8th from 6 to 9 at no charge. And this is from the Marlborough Milton Lions Club. So I just need a motion that that's okay.
I'll make a motion if they want to pay for it. I'll see.
I need a second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And this one is from the Marlborough Youth Baseball, right? As per our previous email, I'm hoping that all the fees for the community center on 12/18, 6 p.m. For the Marlborough 9U Marlins can be waived. We are a non-for-profit organization based in Marlborough, and we're just looking for a meeting space for a few hours. Thank you for your attention. That's from Teddy Fernandez. So we want to waive the fees and use the community center on 12/18 at 6 o'clock. It'll probably be for an hour or so. I just need a motion.
I'll make the motion to waive the fees for the 9U Marlins to use the community center.
And I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. And I don't have any resignations, Chief. That's good.
Yeah, I always
You
check.
can't do one for a month, so that's good.
He's been doing good lately.
Anybody got public comments? This is the time of the meeting we have. Anybody wants to have any public comments? If not, we're going to go right into resolutions. So we did have advertisement for zoning and planning board members. We did not get anybody new apply for zoning board, so there's a reappointment here, and that's Resolution 92 to reappoint zoning board member. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas the advertisement was placed in the local paper for position for zoning board, and whereas the town did not receive any letters of interest, and whereas Larry Bartolelli wishes to remain on the board, and be it resolved that Larry Bartoletti be reappointed to the town zoning board effective January 1st, 2025, with the term ending in December 31st, 2029, and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Molinari,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes. Thank you. Resolution 93 to appoint 2 planning board members. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following. Whereas the Town of Marlborough Planning Board has 2 open positions, and whereas advertisement was placed in the paper for open positions, and whereas the Planning Board Committee has interviewed for the positions, and be it resolved that Cindy Lanzetta be reappointed to the Planning Board effective January 1st, 2025, with the term date ending December 31st, 2029, and be it further resolved that John Lamella be appointed to the Planning Board effective January 1st, 2025, with the term date ending December 31st, 2029. And moves for its adoption.
Councilman Malinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito? Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes, thank you. And thank you guys for doing the interviews. We've had quite a bit of interest this time, which was very, very good to see. So, Resolution 94 to accept bids for addition to alterations to the Hammond and Marlborough wastewater treatment facility. So just as we sent this out, this is a 2-part approval. And this is for the Marlborough wastewater plant. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following. Whereas plans and specifications have been completed for contract TM-241, additions and alterations to the Hamlet and Marlborough wastewater treatment facility, and whereas general construction contract was publicly bid on November 14th, 2024, and whereas the lowest responsible bidder is TAM Enterprise, Inc. in Goshen, New York, in the amount of $2,298,000.00. And whereas the engineer has recommended the award of the contract to TMA Enterprise, Inc., and has further recommended splitting the contract into 2 parts for the funding purposes. And whereas TM Enterprise, Inc. is willing to split the work to accommodate the town's funding requirements. And whereas time is of essence, they obligate the town ARPA funds by the end of the year 2024. And whereas the low bid contract is divided into 2 segments as follows. Contract TM-241A in the amount of $1,358,434. Contract TM-241B in the amount of $939,566. Therefore, so just to give you clarification why we're splitting this up, the 1.358,434 is basically money we have on hand already, and most of that is from the ARPA money, and that has to be allocated by the end of this year in order for them not to take it back. So we're pushing it right to the limit. The $939,566 is money we currently don't have on hand just as of yet, and that's why they're allowing us to split this up. And that's because when we did the contracts with all the people that are coming into town and buying into the sewer district, they pay as they build, right? So we don't technically have all the money on hand yet. We will have all the money on hand, but in the interim, we are going to have to float a bond, which will be a ban for approximately 7 years, which in that 7 years, you could pay down that ban. So within that time frame, we will get the money from the contractors, and we will pay down the ban, but we have to do it this way so we could get this through for the ARPA money. So it'll all get eventually funded, and this is what was recommended by our attorney and our engineer. So just want to clarify why we're doing that. Therefore, it be resolved that after, number 1, after completion of secret environmental assessment form and careful review of the potential impact of the project, it is determined that the project will not have significant impact on the environment and that the environmental impact statement is not required. Contract TM-241A will be awarded to TMA Enterprise, Inc. in Goshen, New York, in the amount of $1,358,434. The award of contract TM-241A shall represent the obligation of funds as is related to the American Rescue Plan, ARPA. Contract TM-241B be awarded TMA Enterprise, Inc. in Goshen, New York in the amount of $939,566. Said award be conditioned upon the town arranging the financing for portions of the work, and the contract will be signed until said financing is in place. Be it further resolved that the supervisor be allowed to enter into the construction contract on behalf of the town and the Hamilton and Marlborough Sewer Improvement Area, and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Malinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito?
Yes.
Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes, thank you. All right, so Resolution 95, I know a lot of people were asking about Nexamp and what's going on up at the transfer station, so I've been going back and forth with them for a while, and I told them, look, either you got to do this, or we're going to have to try to lease it to someone else to do it. So part of that is that, and part of that, this is, their contract is actually, that we originally signed has expired, so we have to renew it. So you're going to see that this is backdated in time for the contract to extend to what was originally agreed upon. And then also it's going to put in here a time frame that if they don't start construction by next year, by a certain time, that this contract's going to get null and voided out, and then we're going to look for someone else to do this project, because it's been going on 3.5 years now. So I told Michael, either, I won't tell you what I said, but either we got to get it done or we're going to move on. That's all. And he agrees. So that's what this is about. It's extending the contract. Whereas the town of Marlborough, the town, and Nexamp Solar LLC, Nexamp, entered into the certain ground lease dated February 17, 2021, and assignment of lease between Nexamp and Bailey's Gap Solar LLC, tenant dated December 1st, 2022, and amended by the First Amendment to ground lease between the town and tenant dated February 15, 2023, and amended by the Second Amendment to the ground lease between the town and the tenant dated April 18, 2023, as evident by the memorandum of lease and easement between the town and the tenant dated April 18, 2020. I don't know why it's got 2022. It's supposed to be 2023. So that's I have to make a correction error to that would be 2023, not 2203. And recorded in the Ulster County Clerk's Office on April 27, 2023. In books 7218 and page 22, collectively of the lease, pursuant to which the town has leased the tenant certain parcel of land for the development, construction, operation, and maintenance of solar power electric generation facility, and uses ancillary thereto as further described in Exhibit B-1 of the lease. And whereas the town tenant now desired to amend certain provisions of Section 4 of the lease, which addresses development and construction period, an operation period, and the termination rights of the parties, among other things, as more particularly set forth below. Now, therefore, be resolved as follows. 1, capitalized items, terms used but not defined hereon have meanings set forth in the lease. And some of this is not going to make sense because you have to have the full lease to actually see what it's, but these are the changes that are within the lease. 2, Section 4 of the lease shall be amended as follows. A, Section 4, of the lease is deleted in its entirety, and the following is inserted in place instead. I, development and construction period. The development and construction period shall be deemed to have begun an effective date and will terminate on the earliest of A, delivery by the tenant of notice termination in accordance with Section 4. B, April 28, 2027. The day after the commercial operation date. B, Section 4A2 of the lease is deleted in its entirety and follows is inserted in place instead. Operation period shall commence on 12:01 a.m. on the day after the expiration of the development and construction period and will end on 11:59 on the 25th anniversary of the commercial operation date. So it means we have a 25-year lease. Commercial operation date, tenant may extend the operation period for 1 10-year term and then for 1 additional 5-year term. At least 90 days prior to the beginning of the extension term, tenant shall deliver in writing notice of landlord and tenant intent to exercise the extension option, and the tenant and landlord and tenant extensive shall prepare the record and amend to the notice of lease and or any other document necessary to evidence of give effect to the extension. These lawyers, I'll tell you. C, Section 4B of the lease is deleted entirely and the following is inserted in its place instead. B, at any time prior to commercial operation date, tenant may, in the sole discretion, terminate the lease upon 30 days written notice to the landlord. The 30 days after delivery of the notice shall be effective date of the termination. Tenant shall execute and deliver to the landlord any amendments to the notice of lease and/or documents reasonably necessary to evidence terminating the lease. Termination of the lease in accordance with Section 4B shall not release either party from the obligation arising prior to effective date of such termination, but neither party shall have the obligation to perform any obligations hereunder which but for such termination would have arisen after the effective date of such termination. D, the following subsection C shall be added to the end of Section 4 of the lease. C, if the tenant has not obtained a building permit for construction of the facility by July 1st, 2025, landlord may terminate the lease upon 30 days written notice. And that's where I was saying they have to start by the July 1st, 2025, or we don't have to, but we can terminate this lease. Termination of lease in accordance with Section 4C shall not release either party from any obligation arising prior to effective date of such termination, but neither party shall have the obligation to perform any obligations hereon which but for such termination shall have arisen after the effective date of such termination. 2, the town supervisor is authorized to sign the third amendment to ground lease, which reflects the provisions of Section 2 of this resolution. Whereupon the following votes were taken.
Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes.
Councilman Malinelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Kauki?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito?
And that's all she wrote. So before we go, I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. We've had an unbelievably successful year again. Next month, we'll do a wrap-up of what we did for the year. And we'll have some department heads do some wrap-ups, right, Charlie? But I'm sure I'll have some kind of slideshow. And
How many pictures?
I'll try to limit the pictures, but I don't know. Share to take so many pictures. I don't know what to do with them all. So, I just want to thank the board for a great year. I want to thank the chief and Charlie and all our department heads and our clerk's office and my deputy supervisor back there hiding in the back. We all work great as a team, and it really shows. When you work together well, you could get a lot of stuff done. There's no I in team, and that's what we are all about. We do what we need to do, and I just want to thank everybody. So everybody have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and Eddie, it's all you.
I'd like to wish everybody a happy holiday for the last month. Hopefully everybody has a healthy and happy holiday. And I'm going to adjourn this meeting.
What's the time, Ed?
Time is
7:43.
7:43.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye, so moved. Thank you, everybody.